Well, that's not a great way to start, is it? Welcome to the High Roller Stream. Let me say this. None of the high rollers are here. That's not surprising. I did not probably give everybody enough time. Maybe a day or two's notice wasn't early enough to talk about doing this, but it's great to see those of you who are here. We've got a lot of wonderful folks like Matt G, Jerry Mendoza. We've got Hemorrhoid Hurts in the chat, Tripping Orc. Great to see. And of course, the Stream Elements bot is here. So at least there's a few folks. We've got just a few subjects that we could talk about today. The show's not going to go very long. Ultimately, it wasn't, I guess, well done by me. I mea culpa. It's my fault. I take responsibility. I'm not black and white, so I can't really do it like Hollywood, but I take responsibility for not having the high rollers here. What's going on there, Sonder Hammerslug? Good to see you. And, as people start to roll in, I thought it was for Dew. No? What's up, Mikey? Mikey series. Like, wait a minute. Click on the link. It's in the community tab for the high rollers. If you're a high roller, you'll have the link to the stream. So, don't worry about it, Mikey. Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, we've got tonight. We have the late night culture stream. That's still going to happen. We've got everybody impaneled, ready to go for that. Yeah, this is a stupendous Sunday indeed. I love the attitude there. Again, normally high rollers are the top tier channel supporters as far as memberships go. You're all top tier in my book. But as far as the members that contribute at that higher level, and normally we'd be having a conversation with them right now rather than just looking at my ugly mug. And yeah, I'll do better in the future. I feel bad. I call foul. I'm getting another Zoom call. Wah, wah, wah. And I need to get my hair did before dinner with my... Oh, well, do that, Mikey, of course. But no, we do have the late night culture stream that will be later tonight. Let's go over a few of these articles real quick. I promise you they'll probably be covered again later throughout not only tonight, but the rest of the week. There's so many things that are happening, and we're heading into awards. Well, I should say we're wrapping up Hollywood awards season, but we're not done with the award shows. And if you got an opportunity on Thursday night to check out the show over on Comics Division, you got to see our thoughts basically on the modern award structure and our presentation of it. But we do have one of our high rollers here, just popped in the back room, a man that slays. Indeed, he slays. He's got quite the harem. From what I understand, just trailing this man. They chase him around. He's got a magnificent beard and a great big personality, and he's a good friend. It's Reuben Christopher Haynes. How are you today, my friend?
Doing very well. Very well.
Good to see you. Well, we got a few folks joining us, more folks joining us in the chat. There's Haiti
and I thought I was going to be late.
Yeah, well, hey, you were on time. There was nobody here. I was like, well, maybe I should have given everybody a few more days.
Well, I'll tell you something between you and I and everybody here, of course. Yeah. My life's changed a lot, and I was basically just in the zone writing.
Good.
And then I downstairs, outside, sitting down, made myself a nice meal. And I looked at the clock and going 2:55. I got to run up here. And actually, I did walk up here in a very nice manner, and I sat down, and I'm not out of breath.
Briskly, you briskly traveled up your stairs.
Yeah, as fast as I could go, which is still very slow to normal people. But I'm this little progress. And today, I am the lowest I have been ever in the last 2 years. When you all met me in Vegas, I was at about 490 something, and today I'm 464.
Good for you.
But I went up to ballooned to 600.
Got heavier,
yeah.
Well, I have to tell you what, I can't wait to see you again, whether it be in Vegas or Florida. I can't wait to see you.
I want to go to Vegas. That's my big thing.
All right.
That's
Well,
my plan.
let's say hi to Sultan Al Fahim is here, and we've got Tom, otherwise known as the Rogue Attraction, in the chat. Good to see you, bud. A few other folks rolling in the door. I saw Fat Elvis was here. Matt's here. We're blessed with a wonderful audience, for this kind of an impromptu like member stream, because that's basically what this is. It's for you guys, the higher rollers, and for everybody out there to see what you guys are doing and to get your opinion on some stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Red Rangers out there. If it's called The Art of War, why aren't there any pictures in it? I was asked this question as well. Before, I think maybe last week, and I have no idea, but it's a good question. Good question. Jim Donegan is here. What's going on, Jim? Good to see you, bud. A few other folks rolling in the door, but let's do this. I think I already said hi to. Yeah. Okay. We're in the midst of award season, like I was saying, and of course, Oscars are tonight, and most people wouldn't know that if they weren't paying attention to us, because
it's
the Oscars have they've kind of fallen by the wayside.
I loved the Oscars. It was my thing growing up. But now, I'm done.
Yeah, right. I mean, you'd gather around the television, and most often, most of the time, you'd seen most of the films. Recently, Bill Maher called out the Oscars for essentially the destruction of their award show. Started way back when they put that liar, Sasheen, on there in the stead of Marlon Brando, to decline his award. So, I mean, it was a big production, bringing politics in and all of that. And Bill Maher rightly called that out on his most recent segment, right? So, but to me, you didn't get nearly as much political injection as you've had in the Oscars over the last decade. It's only gotten more exacerbated. And I think that's pushed the audience away. Would you agree?
I do completely agree. It has pushed it away, especially the one where I think it was right after George Floyd happened. I turned it on just saying what's going to happen, and within like the first line, I said no, turn it off. I just said, if you're going to go start that route, that's off. I'm turning it off. It's basically it's a messaging and everything that's out there, and frankly, I've turned everything off, and I feel much better.
It does make you feel better when you ignore woke entertainment. I mean, I hate to say it. It does. You feel.
But I've cracked it, because here's what I'm doing. Because again, I turned 55 on last Monday, and I basically have been looking back at my entire life and going, what are the regrets I had? What things did I miss? And so I actually realized that for the last 2 years, I've been doing those things. I never would go out to a convention to talk to people. I just go there to just do my thing. I would just go there for the one thing I wanted and leave, which I did. I've been to one other convention before, back in '92, and that was just my view of going to conventions was very simple. I went there to do the one thing I needed to do, and I left. I didn't talk to anybody, didn't interact with. I just went to do my things. It was my entertainment. I loved what I was doing.
That's awesome. And I guess we're getting a raid from Mad. So thank you, Mad, for raiding us over here. A lot of people be watching other people, like
at least they're not swatting us.
Yeah. Yeah. Fat Ellis is correct. I mean, people are going to be watching Chris Gore and others that are guests on his stream, Pound White Claws.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yes.
And other people are going to watch the Raven Awards, like Soul Assassin is suggesting. Because
I do have a question for you, per se, in that regard. Because again, is the Oscars going to stream on YouTube?
Possibly. Yeah, it's quite possible. The problem is the minute you start to go down to YouTube, you lose more credibility, because I think the Independent Spirit Awards, the only place you could watch it was on YouTube. I think the only place it was streamed.
Because if you remember the YouTube, what was it, YouTube review that they did, and then Will Smith was featured and not YouTubers. That's the thing. YouTube wants to be more mainstream, and they're going to start to try to compete. And they're going to try to compete by, hey, the Oscars see that now on YouTube and see the behind the scenes stuff. But what they're going to do is they're going to basically put down people's other content that are counter. Because again, there are people out there on YouTube looking, because they make money either way. Google's looking at it going, okay, viewership for YouTube on YouTube for the Oscars and ABC was down, but all the people laughing at it was up. We're still making money. We don't care. Do we care? No, we don't. They don't care. You're still on their platform. That's the whole point. That's from my perspective.
know I agree. I agree to a certain extent, but I like when I look at it, I'm like um watching things be cannibalized in a way that makes them far less profitable. Again, you have to consider this. We've because of inflation and a lot of other things now. Ad spending on ad tech is down 40 to 60% depending upon who you talk to. So revenue for YouTube channels for any of these streaming platforms, to be fair, Twitch, Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
all of these places, the ad tech drives that. Well, if people aren't buying ads, for in support of these platforms, not only do the creators make less, obviously the platforms make less. So again, it's there becomes there's always a point at which you reach a diminishing return. But I think YouTube probably recognizes that there is a ceiling. At the same time, I think they also realize that they have to stop being censorious and putting down creators or making them less visible in order to gain more revenue. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
want to
not.
research more because I have a conjecture on that. I'm just thinking in my head, because again, thinking in my head, okay, how, like we always say it, we go to a grocery store, we have so many choices, but we only have like 4 or 5 really big conglomerates doing everything. Same thing with the entertainment industry. We have the big ones, but then what about cable and streaming services? Who's really behind it? It's really the cable companies that run everything. So they still get paid. So they still want the discourse and stuff like that. So I'm basically saying it's like, what's going to be the shift here? Because I guess, again, I know what they're doing. They're basically, they did this starting in 2000 with when President Bush was won and was confirmed that he won by the Supreme Court. They made I was a political, I'm a political nerd. Okay, I really am. I do go around in areas. So I know that the left was already planning on what that master plan was, to get all the state legislatures to be Democrat, and especially Secretary of States who signed the approval for president. That's their main goal. So if you actually look between 2000 and now, all of the Secretary of States, the people that were running the elections, were all Democrats, and that was their plan. They had a 20-year plan, and they paid off.
Perhaps, but look, I mean, I'm not setting political aspect of it aside. You're in a position where the people who buy things, the people who actually work for a living, are not politically aligned in a way that would suggest that they'll support your platform. So, we'll set that aside for now.
I know.
But getting back,
it's a complex question. I'm a complex guy, and I throw out complex questions.
I hear you. No. I mean, there's a detailed explanation to be had, but like I said, I don't really know if I want to do that on a.
No. Because I say conjecture. That's why it's an idea. Because I basically like I can say that I can conjecture. I can prove where Atlantis is, which is a conjecture. But that's what I'm doing now. My whole life now is I'm done with sitting on the sidelines. Sure. I'm actually start doing this stuff. I'm selling everything, and then I basically go through my list and saying, I want to investigate this. So I'm going to go investigate. I'm actually going to be like Indiana Jones, but whatever. Yeah. I just want to have fun. I'm going to have fun my entire life now.
That sounds good, my friend. But Hemorrhoid Hurts brings up a good point. I hope you do have fun, by the way. Oscars were interesting to see our stars before social media, and we got to see who they really are. Yeah, I think that definitely is some of it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of disappointing.
Because if you remember, in the 60s and 70s, the PR was still in its infancy, per se, because of all the scandals in the 50s and 60s from, we remember people just suddenly died. And we still had it now, like with just suddenly someone died. They died. Oh, how they die of? And we don't know. And it was really drugs or whatever. They hide that stuff. So when you basically give the power of the publicist to the person who believes they're in control, because all they talk to is the people that say yes to them all the time,
right?
And then they send it out going, and they get that reply back, how dare this person think of it? Don't they know that they're my fan, and fans all believe what I think? They get in their head, but the thing is that they have been they get brushed
Right.
being kind, being brushed from from infancy to do this, to believe this stuff. Mickey Mouse Club, all that came out from there, all that this and that's crazy.
Well, again, I mean, we've really tapped into an understanding now that the world that's presented or has been presented to us is all an elaborate narrative, and it's been that way for a very long time. In fact, it really got kicked into high gear during Vietnam. But again, this is not the direction I wanted to go with this conversation. So let's steer back.
I apologize. Yeah, you drive. It's your show.
Let's steer back towards the direction of what Small Time Republic here is saying is cable companies are surviving off of live sports to a large extent. That and their ability to deliver broadband internet service, because that became a secondary business to them. And little did they know that they would be cannibalizing their cable channels in the future because of streaming. But hey, that's where we're at.
But it launches to doing more, not cable, more like Wi-Fi, because that's the thing. People are going to have their mobile phones and they want to expand Wi-Fi more too.
Okay. I need to answer this. 6, look in the community tab. Not only should you have gotten a little like awareness bell, right? You should have targeted you specifically because you were in the members, and you can find the invite for everybody who is a high roller in the community tab because it's targeted that way. Of course you're invited. Hey, Yellow Flash is here. What's up, Yellow Flash? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, let's see who else is in the house. Let's see. I honestly don't think that throttling is done intentionally. Largely, it's an active part of the algo running things in the background, which is doing its own thing. Both sides in the middle mode. Don't know about that, but there is a lot of weight as to when you fall into the mentions. There's a lot to it, indeed. And people who title their videos very well, like Yellow Flash here, or make great thumbnails like Yellow Flash here, they're definitely benefiting from that. But largely, and I think Yellow Flash, or maybe Yellow Flash hasn't experienced it at this moment, but I think you're seeing the effects of the economy, the financial situation we find ourselves in. You're seeing that reflected in ad tech and in compensation to creators. Like I said, I mean, it's what's happening. It's the way it is. I don't know about that, but anyway, it's good to see you all here. Thanks for popping in, folks. I do appreciate it. But let's get down to the fact that the Oscars will largely be ignored tonight. And not only that, there was a question in either Deadline or Variety this week about what are you watching? Are you watching the Oscars, or are you watching like the zombie TV thing on HBO, right? The Last of Us. Are you watching The Last of Us?
I'm reading a book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing either. I'm gonna be on a couple of shows. I'm gonna run my own evening show, my late show. Yeah, I won't get the results of the Oscars, which will probably dominate that conversation. But yeah, it's pretty wild, to be honest.
Touche. I love that Sunday night show. It is so fun, especially the ending. The ending, I crack up the ending all the time. When I catch it, it's funny.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just funny. I find it amusing. Modern entertainment stuff is concerning. Easy there, big fella. But I know this one person that won't be there is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is not going to the Oscars tonight. Here he is. So, Top Gun, he's not coming to the Oscars, but you're going to get Lady Gaga. Easy, Reuben. Easy.
No, but I'm laughing because Lady Gaga did give a very good performance that got a lot of ratings. So they're bringing her back because she got a lot of ratings that last time.
Yeah, maybe, but we'll see. I mean, I think Will Smith actually put the Oscars back on the map last time.
Okay, what shit show's gonna happen? No, sorry, what's gonna happen tonight? It's really bad. Are they gonna plan something this time? Thank God.
I don't know, but I know this. You get to see whatever Lady Gaga is tonight, and she'll be there. Tom won't. They've been going after Tom since Top Gun came out. There's like I guess over on the Post, like one of the editorials that ran today was that, you know, Tom is it was insidious to promote the US military.
Jesus Christ.
You know, and all of that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And of course, this group from the ukulele country, right, that's fighting with the bear country over there in, you know, Eastern Europe. Apparently they are they're having at each other. So this group from the Ukraine was like, yeah, the film Top Gun Maverick was partially funded by a Russian oligarch. And I'm like, you guys are really searching for a way to not have people, to try to make it so that people don't vote this as the best film.
Well,
you're going to be hard pressed to like convince most people of that. But real quick, I got a wonderful gift from our good friend Scott Westbrook. Thank you, sir, for 5 Culture Casino memberships. So congratulations to the 5 new members here. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you very much for that, Scott. Amazing. Appreciate it. Anyway, sorry, Reuben. But to continue, so that's one of the things that's happening at the Oscars. So no Tom Cruise. If they don't give him an award, you know, there won't be anybody up there accepting on his behalf or anything. Maybe somebody from the film production, but I don't know. I think this was the best film that really we had last year. You know, and the previous year, the best film was Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's like,
that's true.
You know, it's like, it's very frustrating. So, but yeah, so he's gone back to work, which is why he's not there. So he is shooting his film on an aircraft carrier off of Sicily. That's why he won't be there. Not for any other reason, but like I said, they are going after him for a reason. Yeah.
Is that a recent photo of him?
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny when he doesn't have his hair styled and whatever, he does look a little older. It's being nice.
We're all getting old.
Yeah. Well, Sci-Fi from ETV. What's up, Jason? Jason says their plan to keep politics out of the show will die a quick death, methinks. Oh, I guarantee it. I think they already told the Zelensky guy to take a hike, but you know what, Fat Elvis, if they pop his butt on there, this show's done.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, and Pleas, I think the best coverage, if you're gonna go for watching the Oscars, will be with Chris Gore and that crew over there, in my opinion. And if you want to skip the Oscars entirely and watch a better award show, check out Odin's Raven Awards over on his channel. And if you want to laugh, check out Thursday's Comics Division show from last Thursday and watch our J-Laws show. It was a lot of fun.
That was the best show I've seen in the last 3 years online.
Yeah, and Jerry, you're right. His hair does look a little ragged indeed. I don't think they will promote. I don't think they will premiate Top Gun anyway. I don't think they're gonna give it a lot of traction regardless, and that's a shame because it's really the film that brought everything back. So Siege Perilous and whether or not they'll remain non-political, it'll last nanoseconds. Indeed. Yeah. Biden won't be attending either. No, I think he's on vacation again, somewhere in Delaware or wherever he goes to run away from the media. Can't say Top Gun was any better than Dune. Not even close. Most money made doesn't. Oh, I don't know. Okay. To be fair, Logic's Finest, I enjoyed Dune quite a bit. Can't wait for the second part. But at the same time, I got more enjoyment out of the Top Gun film. So much so that I saw it more than once. And despite having the ability to see Dune whenever I wanted to, I only watched it one time. So I guess. Hey, Elijah's here. What's up, Elijah? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for that, please. I appreciate that. Pops is here. What's up? Jimmy Kimmel Political Bingo will be on full display with Tucker Carlson, Fox News, Democracy all getting prime corner spots with the J6 being the center square. Wow. Well, that narrative's busting apart at the seams. I don't know for how much longer they're going to try to carry water that way. It's possible.
Let them keep going. Let them keep going. I want them to see him fall. That's again, this is my jam. This is where I get excited about. Political theater is my nerd out moment.
Well, and again, I mean, for as much as I'm not, taking the show that direction, there is a lot of room there. And
I know.
And Pops, thanks for being a member. I do appreciate that. Let's see.
Have you been to the Senate floor at all, or House of Representatives floor?
Oh, very long time ago, when I was a young man.
It's so beautiful. God,
when I was a young man. Yeah, I actually. Well, let's see. In 2018, I think I was spent time while they were still rehabbing the political mall and everything else. I was walking all around the Smithsonian and everything. I spent quite a bit of time walking a couple of days checking all of that out.
I was there the spring of '98.
Yeah, but
it was so beautiful. God.
Yeah. But I haven't properly done anything like that, entering the Capitol building or anything, since probably early 90s.
Yeah, one of my college roommates actually played in the Marine Band in the White House, and he had all the stuff. So we were with the barracks and all that stuff. It's just wonderful to see history up close, right there in front of you.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Hey, Ironcaster, might as well make a ukulele a free space on the bingo card. Yeah, I think that is the free space. It'll definitely get mentioned by a lot of these tool bags.
How much money have we given Ukraine?
Over 100 billion.
Okay, so it can't be a bingo number.
No.
What's the highest bingo number? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. 65. I have no clue.
Yeah,
all right, we're gonna get fired up. We're gonna keep going.
Fine.
Yeah, we got more stuff to talk about when it comes to all of this. But what struck me this week was just how in trouble Disney is. They're in massive trouble financially, at least in the future. Not at this very moment, mind you. But their underperformance of their films has been quite punishing, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the quarterly looks like this time around, because I think outside of Avatar, they really didn't make any money. And again, I can't wait to actually cover the next meeting. But when you get Bob Iger out there in the world talking about the MCU needing a newness, but there's nothing off about the Marvel brand, this is somebody who's either put on the blinders or is lying directly to the investors, because all of these comments came out of an investor meeting with Morgan Stanley. And we can get into the fact that the banks are going south faster than Sherman, but we'll look at this and we'll say, you are completely out of it. You don't know what you're talking about, Iger, and you're supposed to be leading this company. You don't need newness. He's trying to point at Ant-Man as well. Did we need a threequel for this? Well, I'd argue that this wasn't even a threequel for that. This was introduce other characters movie. This was very little to do with Ant-Man and Wasp. If you think about just how much screen time Evangeline Lilly got as Wasp, and again, this is another film that suffered from the patchwork quilt methodology of putting it together. And when he asked the question, do you need a third or fourth sequel? Well, let's see. Thor had 4, right? And you announced to try to get people back on your side a Toy Story 27 or whatever that's going to be. So when I look at these things, I'm thinking, well, Bob, you don't understand what's going on. People are rejecting the message, and they didn't even know what was wrong with these films. They just now have realized they're no longer interested because they're no longer entertaining. Hey, SP4H is here. Good to see you. let's see who else is here.
Well, tomorrow's going to be a fun day.
It is. It absolutely will be.
Disney's at 3?
Oh, did they crawl back down to 93?
They're 93.57 right now.
Okay.
I got a prediction for tomorrow.
Well, first of all, did you ever anticipate, and I think Yellow Flash and a few other people, I mean, I didn't think this film would if it was profitable, it'd be just. I didn't think this film would cross much over 550, 600 million at best. But for this thing not to crack 500 million, you don't.
I really thought this had a chance.
But here's the thing: if Bob Iger's really out of touch, if he thinks it's Ant-Man the character to blame, or sequel to blame. If you look back, and I'm going to keep using this statistic forever. If you look back at 2022, 70% of major studio releases were either sequels or remakes. Do you know what we have to look forward to in 2023? Sequels or remakes?
I'm looking forward to Oppenheimer.
Okay, well, there's an original, but they're few and far between.
I know, but again, like me, like the last movie I saw in the theater was Tenet, so I'm a Nolan fan. I like the cerebral. If you're going there, straightforward is too boring. I get bored.
Well, what I'm struggling with is the fact that Iger doesn't see what is plain to all of us, and that's that these properties suffer under the weight of the narrative that they're trying.
So what does his actual quote say?
Here?
Yeah.
All right. His comment. So he said, sequels typically worked well for us. Do you need a third and a fourth, for instance, or is it time to turn to other characters? Look, the other characters he wants to pivot to, and for what it's worth, are the A-Force. He wants to go to the all-chick Avengers, right? And all the latest greatest characters that failed in their comic book run. In fact, this is the time that I checked out completely from comics. I mean, I was just done with comic books, and it's completely driven by this kind of garbage, right? And again, I mean, we can scroll through the story a bit more, but Quantum Mania at the time of this article stood at 420 worldwide. Want to see where it's at now? Let's check in. Let's do that.
430.
Well, look, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, buddy.
It's going to go up.
Hang on a minute. It didn't go up all that much. So right now, it's sitting at 447,578.
Saying it's not going to make 450. It's better going to make it.
Look at where it is. So
how many days has it been? How many days out?
Well, let's see. Let's scroll to the bottom of the chart here.
Is it like a 45-day to go to Disney Plus or 90 days?
Yeah, it's about 45 days to get to Disney Plus. So it's out 24 days now.
Oh, okay.
This movie sucks rocks so bad that 3 weekends in, it can't even crack $200 million in the U.S. box office. It's pulling in weekend numbers, mind you. Weekend numbers of 3 million on Saturday and 2 million today.
But you want to know something that we're not considering here? Look at the figure it has, the 200 and whatever the freaking million it has right now, 197. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are the actual ticket sales? Because inflation has gone up so much over the year. If it were adjusted to back to the regular 2019 $8, this would be like a disaster.
I've been preaching that to everybody who will listen. You have somewhere between a 20 and 40% increase in ticket prices between 2018 and now. Yes. And the largest contributor to that is premium large format screens, right? So you have far fewer butts in seats than you used to have. You also have had obviously inflationary issues that have arisen, right? And we probably look forward to another 5 years of like 9% effective inflation, not what they're reporting to the general public, but that's neither here nor there. Right. When you look at these numbers overall, right? This this taupe area, this tan area, that's the cone of happiness. You want your film somewhere in here based on, where you were supposed to be headed. This thing is $100 million plus below the top end, or the middle, of the cone of happiness. That's insane. And when you compare it with inflation, if you go back to 2018, look up Ant-Man and Wasp, and you look at the numbers here adjusted for inflation, if you move those 2018 numbers to what we have right now, this loses to the previous film. And it's going to continue. In fact, I think it's done. It's about to flatline. And I think once it hits 200 million US, once this number goes up to around 200 million, which it will probably by Wednesday or Thursday of this week, I think it's done. And then the international box office is falling off like a rock. But you're looking at $450 million. There is no chance that this film makes $500 million. No chance. There's too much competition.
It's done.
John Wick 4 is right around the corner.
Oh, no. That one I'm going to go see.
Everybody is. Everybody is.
But the thing is, that's good stuff. And Keanu Reeves, I like the guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah. Basically. Well, let's grab a few of these chats because I've been talking
Where's
to
everybody else? Where's everybody else?
And I've had Logic's Finest up here, but they asked the age-old question: do you prefer easy, simple, and straightforward versus cerebral and complex? That's the
cerebral complex. That's
the end of the day.
My entire life. It's always never easy route.
Well, but don't get me wrong. See, I was one of the few people who have enjoyed the Nolan films that everybody else hates, probably because of bad sound design. But outside of that, I like what Nolan does. You know what I mean? So, if I really enjoyed Inception, right? I was one of the people that ventured out during the global crisis to go see the most recent film, and I will be in the theater to watch Oppenheimer.
Yep.
It's
so you were there. I posted on Facebook because guys didn't know you guys back then.
Yeah.
That I went on. Here I am in the theater without a mask on because I'm not an idiot. And I put on Facebook, and they took it down, of course, because they don't like me, and Twitter, of course. Stuff. So I was like this before I was like, I was Hannah Walker doing it. I'm still gonna go.
Well, getting back to Disney, right? The shareholders meeting in April will be a Chinese curse. Interesting. Yes, it's going to be insane. There are going to be a lot of frustrated in-person shareholders yelling about things, trying to ask questions. It's going to be interesting. I think this will be the most uncivil shareholders meeting Disney's ever had.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse. It'll be worse than you think. Culture. It'll be a lot worse.
We'll have to see. Let's
Do you know the you know what date it's on? Is it a month away from today, or is it like a few?
We're closing in on it. Right now it's not up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just I have to look at data like a few days before I talk about it, or it won't be there. So, but no, I'm getting old. But there's a lot of Disney ledger magic indeed. Well, consider this: Disney Plus at this point has been a $50 billion boondoggle. 50 billion with a B. Yeah.
Oh my god! I just hear the Untouchables now. What they're doing is they're trying to get the account out of Chicago.
Literally. Say again?
I remember the Untouchables movie when they say we got to get the accountant out of town. So they're doing that right now. They're preparing for the eventual Well,
I don't know.
Shit show.
McCarthy has too many. She knows where too many skeletons are buried. We'll see what happens. But so Logic's Finest.
Call the Clintons for help.
There you go. Oh boy. Lynch's Dune wasn't close to the book, but was enjoyable as screen fare. This is true. I like that film. Dune 2021 was very close to the book. It was complex and intricate versus the simple Lynch film. Well, I still enjoyed Dune better than the most recent Dune. Denis Villeneuve. His take on it, I enjoyed more than I did Lynch's, but I still enjoyed Lynch's. Right. So again, I mean, it is what it is. But and Siege is correct. There's zero chance of correct lessons being learned. Indeed. Hey, Olaf, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Phase dive is boring as heck, says Jerry. I agree. It's look, if Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania doesn't make $500 million, there will be heck to pay someplace. So
this is how disconnected I am. Phase 5, I went, what is Phase 5?
Phase dive.
I went, what is that?
Marvel.
And I didn't register. That's how bad it is. God,
it's been bad for a long time.
I know.
We got a $5 super chat from Pinochet's Helicopter Tours. What's up, buddy? Thank you for that, by the way. I'm working on actually adding clips that I can play for super chats and memberships. Kind of like, because I like how Drunk does the Rose Tico pixel dance thing. I think that's cool. But I don't. Anyway, Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $5 says, was Bree asked to start an ideological crusade only to be hung out to dry and made the patsy because she's white? What does the MCU look like now? I don't know. It looks. Hey, the Force is female, so Marvel's female. I mean, everything's female.
Call me Bree.
There you go. You know what? You probably could bring her a lot of joy.
I will.
Yeah.
If she's sad and lonely after this debacle, and they say, "What happened? They didn't love me." I do.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron Ratliff. Yes, Aaron Ratliff. You are correct. The shareholder meeting is April 12th. Thank you for that, my friend.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Believe me, I will be paying.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. I want to hear that. I want to hear all the juicy. I know it's going to
happen. Yeah, the characters he wants to use suck. Yes, it's okay to admit it. True, they do, and you're right. If Iger thought Phase 4 lost money, he ain't seen nothing yet. Indeed. I mean, look. I mean, we've already. The only thing that has a chance to get close to $1 billion, and I know everybody looks at me cross-eyed when I say this, but that's fine, is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Just reputational alone, and the fact that it is going to be the last Guardians of the Galaxy film. So it's
and still, Christmas special was good. Christmas was a good thing.
It was okay, but I'm looking at it. It's fine. What I'm trying to say is, in the box office, the best chance they have of $1 billion is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What's more likely to happen is somewhere around 800 to 900 million. Somewhere in there. That's it. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to yield what they want it to yield. And they've already spent a substantial amount of money on marketing and promotion. And you're going to continue to see that spinning up. So as they continue to do that, I think we'll have a kind of the same kind of spending that we had on Wakanda Forever as far as the M&P goes. And when you add that to the cost of production, the film's going to probably be profitable. I'm just not sure by how much. Unlike the film here with Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, thing is so far underwater, $100 million. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Hemorrhoid Hurts is probably right. It's probably dead. Probably dead. The MCU is probably dead. Yeah. Let's see who else is out there in the world. Oh, and thank you once again, Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for the super chat. I think Shazam will even beat it. I don't know yet. I'll need to look at some projections, and then I'll probably have to beg a copy from somebody. But we'll see. We'll see. John Wick with Scott Adkins as fat guy. A shame. Huh. As a fat guy. I don't know. But I know this. John Wick 4 is going to be a massive success. That thing is going to make a boatload of money. And my butt's going to be in the seat more than once. Because I loved the films. So bad sound design is such a simple, picky complaint. Nolan doesn't use ADR. Simply pay attention and listen. No, I agree with you, but the main complaint that I heard, it didn't bother me so much because, like you said, he does like sound mixing and stuff in a lot of his films. Conversation isn't always focused on the center channel, which is usually where talking comes from, and I think that's the people's consumption of the movie. It was outside of what they were used to, so that was their complaint. So I hear you. I'm not complaining. Why are we having a fight?
No, I loved it. Well, the thing is that people can say he's pretentious. I can say he's pushing the boundaries.
He's innovative.
if he's smoking his own farts, and so what? It's innovative. Someone's got to push the boundaries of filmmaking forward.
Look, he's we don't have enough of him. We don't have enough of those guys anymore.
That's correct.
Right? We haven't had him in a long time. Oh, anyway. Here we go. Do you believe Oppenheimer will be politicized? I don't know.
No.
It would surprise me. It honestly would surprise me. I don't think Nolan would do that, but who knows?
Did you see the one with Barkley and Paul Newman, the Fat Boy and Little Boy, the one that came out back in the
way
90s?
back 1,000 years ago? Yeah.
It was pretty. That was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was a good film. It was a good film, but I'm looking forward to this, and
that one was pretty accurate too. So that's what I'm saying.
Sure, but I feel like this is going to be so good. And actually filming a Moab and stuff is going to be crazy. So, but you're right. Relays them are cracking. Disney is reimagining Prophets right now. Indeed, that's right. You don't have to reimagine tomorrow. Reimagining Prophets. Stage dive. Thank you for that. You guys are amazing. Mr. Brett Crack Media shot me a super sticker.
Linux
it's
boy.
A poop emoji. Thank you for that, my friend. Appreciate it.
Linux. Love it.
Disney also has a shareholder vote. R.E. Nelson Peltz on the 3rd. Ooh. Well, a $400 million or a sub $500 million film might change people's eyeballs.
Oh, nice.
And Mike, I think you might be right. I think outside of Avatar, which I think was a fluke, and again, to me, Avatar is a visual spectacle and nothing more. The first film was exactly the same kind of visual spectacle, but some people enjoyed it, and I'm not gonna, take a dump on their enjoyment. So, hey, Dempsey, what's going on? When film gets too complex and intricate, it gets watered down. The worst thing that ever happened to sci-fi was going mainstream. That's true. Well, I mean, 2001 is an example of a very intricate, wonderful film to follow. Things that followed afterwards did water down stuff.
2001's my favorite of all time, movie of all time. Number one.
Hey, what's going on, Jason? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Jeez, my friend.
Once again, thanks for the super sticker there, Mr. Butt Crack Media. Appreciate it. Personally, I'd rather them stop the MCU as opposed to destroying it further. They could. Again, you got to end game. End game for most people was end of story, right? World crushing thing happened, but the argument would be, well, the world kept spinning there, so maybe more things, show up later. How about a big asteroid? Maybe we send up some miners to land on the asteroid, and then detonate a nuclear explosion on the asteroid to break it apart so that it doesn't destroy the Earth.
I do have a $10 billion idea, but I'm not going to tell anybody.
That sounds like an MCU film right there, right? Hey, O.C. Dobbins, good to see you, buddy. But here's the strangest thing of all. Hollywood could come to a complete halt in the next 4 months.
Yeah.
The reason being is strikes. And
but I don't care. They're writers. They can't write anyway. So they can't strike either. They're going to be out.
But it's not just them. It's all three major guilds that are going to be up again. AMPTP, right? All of them. The Directors Guild. And what? I'm
laughing at a meme in my head.
Oh, okay.
The writers strike. They're striking and they're holding up their signs, but the signs have like retarded writing. They don't know how to write. What are you protesting?
Shazam 2 actually looks interesting. That Guardians trailer kills all my interest in it. Looks horrible. What I'm worried about is that the audience is going to turn on the film at the exit and tell everybody about the terrible deaths and some really bad things that are happening at the end of the film. And this is why Tom gets on my case. We argue about it all the time, but I think that film is going to it could suffer immediately from bad word of mouth because of what they're going to do to some of those characters. So
yeah, they fucked up. They messed up with James Gunn. The fact that they placated to Twitter they got rid of him. The actors rebelled. Then they lost him. Then they had the Suicide Squad at Warner Brothers, came back. Now he's here. He's been building momentum, but now it's killing everything off again. So it's just basically, it's like our swan song of Marvel, basically. It's like the end.
Well, I do believe it is the swan song. I don't think there's going to be. I don't really see any of the movies going forward doing well, and I agree with Low Spec Linux Laptop that that poster did not help things at all, right? And when I think somebody in the chat mentioned, oh, here it is, Mr. Buttcrack Media. This is 100% a true story. That film has no chance of making $800 million, which is going to arguably be the break-even point for the film.
And as Gary says, 3 Indiana Jones films.
There are only 3. That's the first 3. I agree with you. They rode off into the sunset. You can't finish better than that. You can't. And anyway, so this film comes out on June 30th. And while I will see it in the theater, I am not going to even care whether or not I see it on a premium large format screen. I could see it in, Fred's basement theater at this point. I'm probably not going to spend, more than bare minimum on it. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I was asked to by another channel so we could talk about it. So it's
remember culture. Right? Don't day drink when you watch a film.
I'm going to have to.
I know, but you can't, man.
I know. I'll get an Uber. How about that? I'll get an Uber. There you
go. That's better. Much better.
Get an Uber. Dude, I'm lucky because the theater I go to has like a bar and a restaurant in it. So it'll be like, but anyway, thoughts. So I'm also watching things that I said I wouldn't watch because 2 channels asked me to that I'm on regularly. So I now have to watch this supposedly better version of Picard garbage.
I'm watching it too. I'm watching it too.
All right. Okay.
If you want to talk about anything, if you want to talk about something, I can answer, but I won't say anything. I won't say anything unless you ask.
Okay. And then Blandalorian, which I've seen the first 2 episodes of Blandalorian. I will say I'm unimpressed. But more information to come on Salty Nerd Podcast, Mr. H, and of course Midnight's Edge in the morning. But I mean, I'll cover some things while I'm at it. But I think Mr. Buttcrack Media is correct. I think it's going to lose money. Everyone loves their own brand. Well, you're talking about farts, probably.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm so far behind in the chat. This is such a great conversation.
So lovely.
Darth Plato I was out after phase 1. I actually really enjoyed Iron Man. Thought that was one of the best ways to start something off. Appion says, sounds like Age of Ultron. It does, actually. Yeah. If they strike, will anybody notice? Fat Elvis, I don't know. I don't know. Have you read other books in the series? 2010, yes. No, I haven't seen 2061 or 3001. So I will admit that I clearly need to catch up, but yeah.
Oh yeah, those are wonderful books. Yeah. You read all those books. It goes into deep story. It's so much. It's just beyond. And actually, the first book was written in conjunction with R.C.C. Clarke and Kubrick, so the book was more of a transmutation of the movie.
Yeah. And somebody asked, Hemorrhoid Hurts. Picard season 3. Did you watch it yet? I have not. I'm going to watch the first 3 or 4 episodes, however many there are now. That is part of my catch up plan for tomorrow. So that will be playing while I'm doing other work things tomorrow. So I can get all caught up. And again, wouldn't be doing it unless I was requested to. So people will likely notice the strikes, but they're not likely to care. This is true. Well, again, we've already seen a pivot towards more reality television, hence MILF Mansion and other garbage that comes out like that. You're going to get another round of that trash, for the next 18 months. So just plan on it.
I couldn't believe that show exists.
Yeah, it's insane. That's insane. The Mandalorian speaks to a whole what's a good show. It's more and more intricate and less action and shiny objects. I prefer the better story. I don't need endless explosions, but to each their own would be, I mentioned what you meant to add to that. And I'm going to say it this way. I want there to be more substance in the story. I don't need the blam blam explosions like all the time. I did like the engagement with the pirates, and that kind of a thing. I thought that was kind of entertaining, but then they leaned into the dumb trope of not having to plot a hyperspace jump. So, and or what was it? The Holdo maneuver. Yeah, but anyway, that is what it is.
Visually stunning, but completely retarded.
Yeah.
Sonically beautiful.
Picard season 3 is just like 2, just a nostalgia bait. Oh, see, really? Yeah. Guys are bumming me out.
Okay, I'll say one. Let me defend it for one good reason, or I'll give it a good compliment and a bad compliment at the same time.
Okay.
It's essentially a 10-hour unedited movie, which it will be. If they just basically cut out parts of it, it would be a nice 2.5-hour movie. That's basically it.
All right.
Because again, it drags like you couldn't believe. It's, oh my god, they're doing something amazing, and suddenly it cuts away to something that's like, it's just it goes from 100 to 0, and I was like,
everybody's been raving about Terry Trek, so I'm gonna go into it.
No, go.
I'm gonna go into it watching it as blindly as possible. So,
but Star Trek was my first show ever. Literally was my first show ever.
I think that Mandalorian has been the best thing that Disney has had to offer on their streaming service. Logic's on this to be well, outside of the story of Imagineering, which still left out a lot of information, but that's neither here nor there.
I really tried.
Pinochet's helicopter tour says, I don't think the desire for Hollywood to get their comeuppance should be underestimated. People will cheer on a strike just to see writers punished. I think there are going to be more people punished. Like I said, I mean, this affects people I know and personally care for that work in the industry. We have some of them actually in the chat right now, and people that I don't want to suffer, but they've been made well aware that they need to have a nest egg for what's coming, because it's coming. Somebody's going to strike. Of the 3 groups, and most likely it's the writers, and we're looking back at 07, 08 would be my guess. So let's see who else is out there. Oh wow, Jason's watching Scream tomorrow. Wish me luck. Well, good luck. It's made 44 million domestic, I think, or is that global? It's done. It apparently set some record or something. I don't know.
The new one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the new Scream. Yeah, it came out this weekend. Logic Finances Picard season 3 is plenty of nostalgia bait. It's a mystery box style, which itself is lazy, but it works as a trope. But it's nostalgia. Is its only strength. I don't like that, but like I said, I'm going to check it out again. I just want it to feel like Trek. I haven't seen Trek in a long time, and OC Dobbins. You okay?
I'm good.
Okay, yeah. OC Dobbins is one of those folks that works out there in the industry, and he says it punishes me, and I hate that. It does bother me. Like I said, it just does. This is a good question, Delu. So is Gary Access Media now? No. I mean, he had the check mark and everything. No. Believe me, this guy's willing to call out everything, and so am I. I mean, and if I get good entertainment, I'll tell you what I think about it. And when I get bad, I'll tell you what I think about it. And I'm just real quickly to wrap up. Have you seen 65? Reuben?
No. I do want to. I've read good things online. So yeah, I might check that out.
I was underwhelmed. I'll just be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
I did a review on the channel, and I was underwhelmed. I mean, it won't take you long if you haven't seen the review. Watch it. 6 minutes. It gives you kind of a background. There's no spoilers in it. But I was underwhelmed.
But that's the point. I trust your opinion. That's why I go to people I trust. Why would I look up an article or watch the whoever it is that gives a movie review? I want to talk to somebody I trust and know.
why I pay attention to Chris Gore. If I don't have a chance to see a film and I want to either evaluate whether or not it's worth my time or money, I listen to Chris Gore. I listen to Tom. I listen to the people that I know. I listen to Gary and others. I mean, I'm paying attention on purpose. Snacks. What's up, Snacks and friends? Happy Sunday to you, indeed. I want good writers to get their ideas heard. Yeah, we haven't had that in a long time. Maybe the strike will force these companies to leave the writers alone and let them write good stories again. I have almost no faith in Hollywood. It is what it is.
Have you ever considered doing I'm considering doing it. I want to ask around a movie festival, like in October when we all meet.
Yeah.
See all the independent people fellowship has seen films. You should have one day rent out a theater and watch all the films and just have fun. Should do something like that.
Well, it'd be kind of fun. That really would be. Yeah, just do like a viewing party in the theater because it's not expensive, really.
No, it isn't to rent a theater. I've done that many times.
Yeah. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow says, CultureCasino. I did not watch any of Doomcock's videos about Picard specifically because I kept getting requests to watch it. I do understand that he's not a fan, and so yeah, I haven't really leaned into that.
But the point is, when people are going to have their likes and dislikes, but the reason I like Gary calling it the fellowship is because, again, it's people coming together with different likes and dislikes, different backgrounds, but we all have one common goal: is to have great entertainment back for us and our families and our friends.
Yeah. Jason spills the tea here, and this is the truth. The CW is going to be reality-based television. That's right. They are getting away. There will be no CW garbage shows on there anymore. There won't be any Arrowverse of any kind. The minute all the Warner contracts expire, there. Bye-bye.
It's going to be all Japanese style, Wipeout, make fun of you type of things.
Wipeout's so good, though. It was one of my favorite shows. Anyway, Hammerite Hurts says, if my 15-year-old daughter said it had dinosaurs and it was short, so it was okay. That talking about 65. Yeah. Miriam, hey, sweetie. I hope you're going to be able to stay awake tonight to join the late night culture show today. I will shoot you some details later. Hope to see you there. I agree with Mr. H that should have kept the secret that in 65 it's the Earth. Yes, they should have kept it secret. That's one of many secrets they should have kept. They also should have been. They should have had more Jaws-like approaches to some of the stuff. That would have been better as well.
Seriously, that was the premise. Oh God.
I'm not saying anything.
No. I didn't see it. I only read. I didn't see. I don't know what it's about, but whatever. I'm done with it. Oh God.
Darth Vader says, so people get too jaded and check out and won't consider being reasonable if anything changes in the future. I will. I'm always considered a reasonable person. Like I said, I have been, again, coerced is not the right word. It's just the one that popped in my head. I have been.
Oh shit.
Cajoled is also incorrect. I've been led into watching the show again. So I will be checking out Picard season 3, and I have already checked out the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian season.
Isn't that called peer pressure?
No. You're a meanie. You're a big meanie, Reuben. That's not.
No. I only said because, again, I always said, what is peer pressure? I don't understand. Whoever was doing it, shit. If everyone did something, I would basically run. I said, no, I'm not doing that crap. Fuck you.
Well, but
I know. I'm saying that's me. I'm just different.
But I think if people are actively voting with their attention, because we are in an attention economy now, in the narrative that we're living in at the moment. If people are not giving their attention to shows that are garbage and they give their attention to shows that are good, then that will train the people to make good shows. And if you aren't willing to go and watch something that's good, then that's kind of a problem. I don't want to be part of a problem. I want to be part of a solution, which is one of the reasons why I support people that are actually creating culture. And I think we all should be doing it as well. Exactly. So, which is why myself and many others spent so much time on the J-Law Awards that was on Comics Division on Thursday. We spent hundreds of hours of our time putting that together. And we have another special show coming up in the next quarter, which we'll be spending another several hundred hours of work on. So yeah,
It excites me. Yeah, come on. No, but please, guys, watch this. The Christmas special was amazing. They're coming out with new content. The Dick's Division is doing amazing stuff right now. All of their shows, they have the Monday show and Thursday show is just, I mean, you watch that, you learn so much, you laugh, you have a good time. So watch Comics Division show. It's amazing. And Culture Casino too.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But no, but I, like I said, I appreciate that. That was very kind of you to say, Reuben. But the Logic's Finest asks, has CW ever made an actual good show? I actually thought the first couple of seasons of Arrow were good. I like the first season and a half of Flash. Absent that, I don't know. Was there anything else that was on CW that was good?
So when did CW start to turn? Was it aligned with the politics of the day? Is that when it turned? Or was it Gamergate that it turned?
I don't know. It just
is that speculation again?
I don't know, but it look, I mean, everything kind of took a drastic turn, and then you had all the comics get corrupted, across the board, everything. It was all kinds of bad. And you know what, Fat Elvis, I think you're right. Pitch Black did it better.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like story tropes or plot tropes that 65 used. So I think you're probably right there. But we got to wrap this up, folks. I think Az does appreciate ladies. Yeah, there you go. But we do have to wrap it up. The first 6 seasons of Supernatural was amazing. I would agree on the first 2 or 3, but I lost interest in the show, so maybe it stayed good. I don't know. Season 2 of Arrow was awesome. Yeah. There's always Superman and Lois. That actually was of the first few episodes that I watched, and I think I watched the first 6 episodes. I think that was good, but then I just never went back to it. Not always ladies. Yes, this is true. Hemorrhoid Hurts is out of there. My wife just got out of bed and was wondering why I'm watching your show naked. What will I say? Well, Reuben's here. That's what it is. Reuben's here. To be fair. But I had a good time today. Hopefully we get more high rollers on the high roller stream in the future. I think I'm going to give like a week's notice to everybody in the future so that it happens. Because I feel bad, because it would have been lovely to have 6.
Well, yeah, the main reason I came on, of course, is to thank you for your continued friendship and continued support. And just letting everybody know, please watch Culture Casino. He's put so much work into what he does. He researches every article, and the man knows his stuff. So please, and if he doesn't know something, he researches it, and I appreciate that, because again, I see what the quality of the work you do, and all of your videos, the merchandise you put through, your reach outs that you do to people. People do know that you're a true caring person, and you really want to foster, like, with your building, the DIY channel, all the channels you're coming out with are helping people, just men be men too, in their own way. So I really appreciate it.
Well, you're very full of flattery today. I do appreciate it, though, sir.
Well, I speak the truth. Nothing I'm saying is wrong. It's the truth. That's the whole point. The whole point is you are a genuine person, and that's the thing. The thing is that if you all this opportunity, if Culture Casino is going to Vegas, and if he doesn't go to Vegas, then it's like, come on, you got to go to Vegas. It's culture. It's casino. It's freaking.
I'll be there. I'm placing the order for the new poker chips. Yes. This week, so they should be here in time, and I should have them in place to give away.
And if you all don't know, if you're all new members, the thing is that if you are a member and you go to a meetup, Culture Casino has this they're somewhere in this box here. That's how I'm messed up here. The nice chips, and I got the red one and the blue one.
Yeah. So and the next one is green. It's what would normally be the $25 chip in a casino. So, but yeah, I'm gonna keep making the poker chips as we go. So if you get a chance to make it to a meetup, there's a decent chance I'll have about 500 of those on me. So with that being said, Reuben, anything you'd like to promote before we say bye-bye?
Just watch my channel. Everything's there, because if you saw I go long my streams. But the good thing is I'm doing more writing. I have decided to do the following. I'm selling everything. I'm going to just let it all go and rebuild my entire life because the doctors gave me a diagnosis and I'm rejecting it wholeheartedly, completely, and going all natural. I do not want to deal with them. I'm basically, they basically told me to do your bucket list. And I told them I am, but my way. I'm going to basically not going to listen to you. I'm going to live. And that's what I'm going to do. And I want you to fight every day for freedom and opportunity and follow me.
Well, I reiterate that. Check out Reuben Christopher Haynes and what he does. He does go a little long on his live streams from time to time, but it's well worth it. And with that, everybody, I hope you have an incredible rest of your Sunday. I hope to see you back here late tonight for the late night culture show, little culture after dark. Going to be an interesting panel, and we'll actually have a comic creator on for a little while, so that'll be a lot of fun. And there will be ladies for a change, so there you go.
Well, then ladies. Definitely going to go.
All right. On that note, everybody, I will see you hopefully later tonight, and if not, I will see you tomorrow morning for the 6-Minute Daily. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.